Moving on now, while the world fights the immediate global pandemic of coronavirus, another long-term global battle is waging in the background, that of a changing climate out there. The two are linked in many ways, including an unexpected relief for our air quality. John Morales joins us now to explain.
Right now, we are going through one of the largest global experiments that mankind could ever possibly do.
Dr. James Sullivan is executive director of FAU's Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute. He says that with the world's worst polluters forced to shut down their economies due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, there's been a notable reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. These images from NASA's remote sensing satellites clearly show pollutants thinning to the point of nearly disappearing from places like China, northern Italy, and the U.S. And it's not just factories temporarily shutting down.
Air traffic has all but ended. Cars are not being used. We're all doing interviews like this.
Carbon dioxide, the planet's most well-known climate change villain, has been unrelentingly rising to unprecedented levels. But COVID-19 may have finally halted that advance.
Right now, the estimates are just coming in now that we're seeing about a 25% reduction in global CO2, somewhere between 10 and 25%.
Perhaps the biggest question of this unintended experiment is whether we'll get a drop in global temperatures to go along with a drop in greenhouse gases. Plus, what happens after we conquer this disease, however long that may take?
Emissions from China dropped 25% during the month of February, which was when they were hardest hit. What's going to happen as it passes? We're already seeing it. The industrial production is ramping right back up again. In some cases, it might ramp back up even further to make up for the loss during the pandemic.
And that would lead to renewed global warming. But perhaps there's a silver lining.
The one good thing out of this horrible situation is that we may see long-term behavioral change.
Our health and our safety, that of our family, our friends, our loved ones, our community, the places where we live, that's what the coronavirus pandemic threatens, and that is exactly what climate change does too. And that's why, to care about a changing climate, we don't have to be a certain type of person. All we have to be is a human living on planet Earth.
One of the more interesting things about this global unintended experiment we're going through right now is when this is all over, can we actually make the more permanent changes that is going to make our planet more sustainable in the long term? Well, it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of political will, but it sure would be great for future generations if we could. Back to you.
All right, John, thank you.